I'm just so happy I could advocate for it, just a joy, and I hope I've encouraged and inspired more people to really give public transit a chance. Even though it's not perfect, I feel like some people might take it for granted, because growing up, before I moved to Boston, I lived in a small town, York, Maine, and there was no public transit. Like, I didn't have any options, so you basically had to drive. So if I stayed there, I probably would have had to get a car. People should be lucky that there's something, they have choices.
Welcome back to Spilling the Tea, the podcast where we take you behind the scenes of the MBTA to share the stories, challenges, and progress shaping our public transit system. I'm your host, Andrew Cassidy of the MBTA's Customer and Employee Experience Department, and today's episode is a special one. If you've watched the hit show Love on the Spectrum, you may already know our guest, Pari Kim. But long before she appeared on Netflix, Pari was a passionate advocate, a talented artist, as well as the MBTA's friend and biggest fan. Her love for transit is deep, joyful, and infectious, and it's brought her into the spotlight in the most heartwarming way. We'll talk about where that passion comes from, how she's used her creativity to celebrate public transit, and what she hopes for the future of accessibility and inclusion across the system she loves. Pari, thank you so much for joining us on Spilling the Tea.
You're so welcome. Thank you for having me, Andrew. I'm just so delighted to be here today.
So most people have come to know you following your recent appearance on Netflix's Love on the Spectrum. But to the MBTA, you've been a longtime friend. For those who don't know you and haven't had the pleasure of speaking with you for all these years on social media back and forth, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what your connection is to the MBTA?
So I'm 23 years old. I just graduated Lesley University with a bachelor's in fine arts for animation motion media, and I'm the biggest fan of the MBTA. Ever since I was little, I've always had a connection to trains, like watched train movies like Thomas the Tank Engine, Polar Express, and I think I rode the T a couple times when I was little, but it was 2 years ago when I moved to Boston I first started discovering the MBTA and the freedom it gave me. Like, I never wanted to drive, and I was so worried I'd have to take driver's ed or get my license. And then when I discovered there was all these trains and buses I could just use at my fingertips, I was just so delighted. I remember trying to learn the system and studying the different stops and not sure the difference between inbound and outbound. And I had trouble at first, but now it's I've memorized almost all of it. It just feels like freedom, adventure. It's brought so many opportunities, pun intended, and so many connections. I really don't think I'd be where I am right now without the T. They've just played such a huge role in my life, and they're everything to me.
That's so nice to hear. Well, first off, congratulations on your graduation.
Thank you.
I did see some pictures, so that's huge. I know it was a really happy time for you, your family. And I was in a similar situation myself where I didn't get my driver's license until I moved away from Boston because I always relied on the MBTA because it got me everywhere I needed to go. So what is it that you really love about the MBTA? What is it that makes it stand out to you? Transit systems, the MBTA and others, they can be a pain point for some people. We see the social media side of things. Not everyone shares your joy with every tweet that they send us. What is it that makes it special to you? And I guess, what do you say to those who might not have that same experience?
So what makes it special? So many things. I think it's something, the history, the charm, the nostalgia. It's just so iconic and it brings us all together. I love the sights, sounds, announcements, colors. It just feels like a whole magical experience, like a playground for me to just explore and have fun and immerse myself in the people who share the journey with you. I feel like for those who don't always like it so much or get frustrated, I can see where they're coming from. Believe me, I can get frustrated too, I admit, but I still love it because in the end, it always comes through, better late or never. And we've seen how good it can become over time. Phil Upping is doing an amazing, terrific job repairing and getting back on track. And we've seen all of that progress throughout the years. So I really think good things are coming and it's just going to get better and better. I hope people can try to see that and look past their grumpiness. So they're like, oh, the train broke down again, or I hate this, it never comes on time, or this is why I drive instead.
Well, I have to give you specifically kudos, though, because as you mentioned, Phil Lang has come on board as our general manager and things have definitely improved. We had the track improvement program, got rid of a bunch of the slow zones and just generally operating better. But as you said, you moved here 2 years ago now, and we were not quite in that shape when you came on board for the first time. So thank you for being such a positive force for the MBTA, even in our darker days.
It's been my pleasure. I'm just so happy I could advocate for it, just a joy. And I hope I've encouraged and inspired more people to really give public transit a chance. Because even though it's not perfect, like I feel like some people might take it for granted. Because growing up, before I moved to Boston, I lived in a small town, York, Maine, and there was no public transit. Like I didn't have any options. So you basically like had to drive. So if I stayed there, I probably would have had to get a car. So people should be lucky that there's something, they have choices. You can take the train, the bus, the commuter rail, you can walk, you can do blue bikes, you can drive, even though that's not preferable. You can scooter, you name it, you have so many choices in Boston. That's what I love. It's just very versatile and so many different ways to get to different places.
So you kind of touched on the advocacy piece that you've stepped into. Obviously, you are unapologetically yourself.
Yes.
You bring yourself to everything that you do. And you've used your, I guess, more recent fame to call attention to a number of different issues. So one, you are, I would say, safely a public transportation advocate.
Yes.
As you're constantly saying that, people should hop on the T. And my favorite line, which I know we all love, which is driving in Boston is you.
Yeah.
Couldn't agree more. But you've also been an advocate for neurodiversity. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yes, so I was diagnosed with autism at the age of 3, so I've always been on the spectrum. When I was younger, I used to be kind of ashamed of who I was and felt so isolated. Like I thought I was the only one who had my condition and that everyone else was normal, that I would never be. But then over the years, I've grown to accept who I am when I knew it's a lifelong thing. It's not like something you could just take on and off or get rid of. And I'm celebrating myself. Like I'm just embracing it. Like, yeah, I may not be like everyone else, but hey, there's its own set of strengths and gifts that come with it. And I'm just embracing who I am. And that's why I'm saying I'm unapologetically autistic. Like I'm going to like what I like and do what makes me happy. Like I'm not going to worry about what people think, because I think being happy is the most important thing. You've got to live the life you love, not what others think you should do.
You helped us celebrate recently. So for Autism Acceptance Month, you participated in the Autism Transit Project with us and were not only a speaker at the event, but we even had in-station announcements featuring you and Tina.
Yes, that was amazing. I'm just so grateful for that opportunity. I didn't get to hear my announcement in person, but luckily some of my friends were nice enough to record videos for me, and I love how it came out. It's so crazy hearing yourself on the speaker, and I'm sure it made so many people's days, and so many people are saying I sound so natural over them, and now they're calling for me to be the permanent voice of the T. I'm glad to be a voice for the autism community. And I know there's a lot of us on the spectrum who are rail fans. And I feel like a lot of the things kind of align with the autism. Like we like to say the announcements, we memorize different stops and train models and everything. And a lot of my friends have taught me that. And I like to show off my knowledge and teach people around me, the different kind of trains and buses. This is a Bombardier, this is a Pullman, this is a CRRC. So that's a little bit of my train nerdiness coming out.
Well, since you brought it up, do you have a favorite line, a favorite stop, and a favorite vehicle of the MBTA?
So for lines, are we talking just the
I'll let
subways?
you pick a commuter rail line and a subway line. How about that?
That sounds fair. So for subway line, I'd say the red line because it's my home line. I use it the most. I took it every day to get from college and back, and I still go on it. Going over the Charles River, over the Longfellow Bridge, it's just
Incredible.
It's breathtaking. You really can't beat that.
No.
It's beautiful. Also, my favorite vehicle for the red line is the Pullmans. There's just something so beautiful, classic about them. The red and white scheme. I call them the strawberry shortcake trains because it looks like strawberries and whipped cream, though.
I like it.
I know they're getting older and retired soon, but I'm trying to enjoy their beauty while they're still here. And for commuter rail, I'd say my favorite line would have to be the Fitchburg line. And again, that's the one that's like kind of where I live on. I take it sometimes like Porter, North Station, and Belmont. And for the favorite vehicle for that, I really love the locomotives, the F40s and the GP40s. Like I love the shape and the horns of them are just so beautiful. And I just love the design. It just feels so magical and screams power.
That they do. And whenever you stand next to one of those F40s, you definitely feel that power. Even if you're one car behind it, you definitely feel that power.
Yes, definitely.
Getting back to your being an advocate for neurodiversity, what do you wish more people understood about autistic riders?
A lot of things, like I wish they'd understand, like we're not just some crazy, like often the railfan community, some people look down upon us or say foamers because we get excited or we repeat all the stops. Like I don't want them to think we're annoying or bothersome. Like we're just having fun. Like we're enjoying the system. It brings us joy and we know a lot about it. So it's like our special interests. And also sometimes we might need more help with stuff, but it's all good intentions. Like we're not trying to bother anyone or cause any inconvenience. So I think patience goes a long way in understanding and compassion.
I think that's something that we should all take for interacting with all people.
I agree.
And
exactly.
I was even fortunate enough to meet you at the transportation building in the past. And I even met some of those friends. And it was great seeing so many people sharing that similar passion that you have for the MBTA, for public transportation. And there's just something that's intoxicating about that excitement.
Thank you. I just love it. It's just nice to have others who also share your same interests and enthusiasm. It's like they really fit the vibe. I just love going rail fanning with others and we cheer when we get them to blow the horns. I just love it. And when they can teach me all about the different models and manufacturers and then I know it's coming, I'm like, hey, that's an F40. I'm like, F40.
Now, it's great to hear there's the positive piece, but there's usually room for improvement. So from your perspective, what are some of the ways the MBTA and truthfully all transit systems could improve accessibility and inclusion?
Okay, so of course, still love it, but if there's room for improvement, for the MBTA specifically, I think some of the bus schedules, like the 75 and 96 routes, they don't come as frequently as some of the others, and sometimes we wait a while or they'll be missing runs. Like if those could run more frequent, that would be helpful. And the other big thing, well, this could be any transit system, is the accessibility part, because I know like newer vehicles are low floor and ADA compliant, but some of the older, especially the Green Line Type 7s are not ADA compliant, and I don't want like people to trip down the stairs or anything.
No, that makes sense. And I'm sure you already know this, but that's why the Type 7s are always paired with the Type 8s. So there's at least one vehicle. And then obviously looking ahead to the Type 10s, accessibility is front and center with those. So that's exciting as well.
Yeah, I'm very excited. I think it's a very important step that he's taking, because even though I love the charm of the old ones, like safety and like accessibility have to come first. Like, yes, it's nice to have a beautiful, glamorous looking train, but you got to make sure it works too.
Exactly.
That's what's also important.
Very, very important. Have you ever had a moment on the T where you felt especially seen or supported?
Ooh, there's so many times. Well, I know sometimes like I just get really excited and I'll see people smiling too. Like I just love when I get excited or others are smiling or little kids will be like choo choo, and I feel like they love it too. And their parents are like saying like they love the T2 or this is their first time riding it, and I'm just sharing the excitement. Or they'd be like, hey, Bobby, we're on the little boxy purple trains. Like, the way they describe it is so cute. And when people ask where I got my tea wad, they're like, can we buy one? Or why do you have that tea lollipop thing? Like, I've heard it called all sorts of things.
But it's not a lollipop. What is it?
It's a T1.
That's right. In addition to your transit focus, I know you're also an artist. You just graduated with a degree focusing on design, and you're especially interested in animation, correct?
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about your pathways with animation and how your love of transit is somewhat influenced in that artwork?
Yes, so I love animation. It's fun because you can make anything come to life and it's really cool and interactive. And I really want to combine my animation and creative talents with public transit. You could do animations of the trains and buses and campaigns about why it's better to take the T than drive. I also have T princesses. I have one for each line and color. They all have different names and personalities and even magical powers. So I would love to do something like incorporate them into the T's advertising someday. That would be wonderful.
And again, being the true artist that you are, it's not just graphic design and animation, you're also producing music. Personally, I'm a fan of Redline Supernova.
Thank you.
I thought that was a fantastic cover. But what's that experience been like for you? How are you, I guess, finding other ways to intersect your creativity and public transportation?
I just love it. The sky's the limit. The possibilities are endless. So I just made up little parodies. It's like Chappell Road's big right now, and I just love her song. So I was thinking, what if I intertwined that MBTA with it and try to get more people to ride it? So sometimes I'll just go to a station and I'll just start recording myself, filming. I'll do a little dance and make up lyrics, like tweaks and improvise. And for what, I even had other people join me as background dancers. Like I just got some fans. I'm like, hey, want to be part of my TikTok? And they're like, sure. And others are already loving it. Some went viral. I got over 40K likes. And they're like, let me know the next time you're holding auditions for backup dancers. So I'm glad I can bring people some joy and a smile on their face. I'm almost at 200K followers on Instagram. When I get there, I'm going to drop a Pink Pony Club T remix. So I'm really excited to have some stuff up my sleeve.
That's it. You're going to have to reach out to Chappell Roan's people and see if you guys can do a collaboration.
Yes, I would love that. I've tagged her. She has not responded yet, but I'll let you know about any update.
Looking forward to it. You know, persistence is key. So with all this creativity, again, music, art, animation, design, do you have a dream project that maybe could combine your interest in trains, music, and animation?
Ooh, well, I've always dreamed of there being like an official first autistic Disney princess or princess character. And it would be awesome if she loved trades or promoted it again to voice that, because even though people can make their own kind of analogies and stuff for their own canons, like there's no officially confirmed princess that's officially autistic. And I think that's one community that's very underrepresented. Like I would just love to see an openly autistic princess who's not afraid to embrace who she is, and it's just part of her story, like not something just to like check off a token list, like okay, we got an autistic one, now we got a black one. Like I just want to be naturally woven into her story, but it makes her who she is but doesn't define her, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, and I think that's a very important nuance. You mentioned that you're nearing 200,000 followers, which is wild because we think back when we first started messaging us, you know, I think it was in maybe the hundreds at that point.
Yeah.
So it's been quite the glow up for you. But obviously with that comes celebrity. How has your life changed since being on the show? Obviously, you're still unapologetically yourself.
Yep.
You're still the same person I first met years ago, but something must have changed because that's definitely a little bit of a shift for you. What's been going on with you?
Yeah, well, gaining more fame, so many followers, so many messages flooding in nonstop. Every time I refresh the app, there's always new notifications, and I have so many people to get back to. It's just so crazy. Like, I'm still trying to catch up on everything. It's so many requests to do press inquiries or podcasts or events or all sorts of things. And also, well, some of it's been before, but a lot of it does come some bullies too, and I know some have also come like since the show, but a lot were already like bullying me before because Unfortunately, there's some people who, for some reason, just can't wrap their head around the idea that girls and women can like trains. And I feel like they'll just pick apart anyone who's different or outside the normal demographic. Because I feel like there's this stereotype where they think trains are for boys only. And I think that's so stupid and couldn't be further from the truth. Like, trains are for everyone. St. Princess is like, who cares what age and gender you are? It's like, there's nothing wrong with it and anyone can like it. Like, plenty of girls and women who work for the railroad. So it's like, I don't see why they think it's so weird. And I think they don't like that or they're jealous of my successful. They'll say nasty things or just take it out on me or trying to make false accusations. But they're probably insecure of themselves and not happy people in the first place.
Well, kudos to you for rising above. The MBTA is for everyone, no matter how you identify in any way, shape, or form. The same is true for liking trains and everything related to it. It's all are welcome.
Exactly. Yeah, I've learned it's really hard and easier said than done, but trying not to let them get to me. Like, of course it hurts, but have to block and report, ignore those trolls because they want a reaction out of me. And I think the best way to get them to slow down is by not giving them that attention, like make them starve for attention. Because if they keep getting a response, they're just going to keep going. And ever since I've kind of stopped like calling them out publicly or individual ones, I noticed some of them have slowed down. We've even got some of the accounts banned. So I think eventually, hopefully, they'll run out of things to bully me about, and hopefully they'll move on or they'll realize like that their insults aren't going anywhere and they'll just have to give up.
Well, there's no dimming your positivity, so they shouldn't even bother wasting their time.
Exactly. That's why I say they could pack their bags, exit the rear side of the train, take the next train to Trollland.
They can drive to Troll.
Exactly. They can be stuck in Boston traffic. As Matt Shearer commented on one of my posts. They all deserve to be stuck in Boston traffic.
There you go.
Someone said a crowded Green Line train during a Red Sox game. I don't even want them to go on the T. That's too good. They need
traffic.
Cyber trucks, the ugliest vehicles. At Sturl Drive at 5 p.m. during a weekday.
There you go. So on the positive side of the interactions that you're having online, what's it been like connecting with other transit fans? I've seen a lot of the comments on your posts and so many of them are positive. So many of them are happy that you're, again, giving a voice to multiple communities that might not get the spotlight to the same degree usually, whether it be women who have interest in public transportation, whether it be autism or neurodiversity. What's the positive with connecting with these new people?
Well, I feel like creating bonds, like I've made some lifelong friends who share the same interests as me and just learning and growing from each other and even inspiring. Some of them said they used to be afraid to show their interest, but now that I've made them be more confident about loving the tea because of my energy, they feel like we've become a family since I started the fan club and brought them all together. And even like some female rail fans have been more confident too and share what they love. And I feel like I've just made an impact on so many people's lives, and that means so much to me. Like, those things don't go unnoticed.
You've definitely helped foster a community.
Exactly. Community. I just can't stop at the teapots.
So now that you're this big name celebrity, how do you plan on using that fame? With all this additional attention, with all these additional social media followers, what do you think that you can do with that for, I guess, public good?
Well, I want to continue like advocating for public transit, disability rights, especially in the autistic community, also the queer community too. Since I am lesbian, and girls and women, just make sure everyone knows it's okay to be who they are and break barriers, because there's not anyone exactly like me, and I'm trying to show the world that I can be who I am on this firecracker express train just coming through and breaking the norms in a time where there's so many like controversial opinions. Like, I'm carving my path through, and I'm just hoping people will see that. I'm just like, I'm here, I'm loud and proud, and I'm not going anywhere.
So you've graduated Lesley University just, a month ago now?
Yes, May 17th.
What's ahead for Pari Kim?
I have a good feeling that an internship with the MBTA is in the works, especially with the social media and marketing department. Also, I'd love to try to collab with Amtrak too. I know the Downeasters reach out to me about potential influencer partnership, but I'm still waiting to hear back. So in the meantime, like any collabs or anything with different brands who want to reach out, like I love those. Also, there's a commercial with Keolis for the commuter rail I was lucky to be a part of, so that should be coming out soon that I'm just thrilled about. So I'm just hoping keeping an influencer too, because I just think that's really fun. I love collabing and just having fun and sharing my ideas with the world, bringing some of my creativity to their teams.
Well, I can't speak for all of that, but I can speak to the internship piece. You will be interning with the Customer and Employee Experience Department this summer, working with not only my team on the digital strategy side with social media, video, podcasts, and all that, but the larger team as a whole. You'll be working alongside transit ambassadors and learning about the in-station team, the marketing team, the design team, the animation, and really kind of understanding what goes behind the scenes there. And we're excited to see what we can all do together.
Yeah, I'm so excited. Like, this is a dream, something I've been wanting for so long now. It's going to happen. I just can't put into words, like, how thrilled I am to begin. And I hope to learn a lot, get a lot out of this. It just means the world to me.
So, your internship doesn't start yet, but your homework does. So, if you could design your own MBTA campaign, what would it be about?
Ooh, I feel like for me, the biggest thing, like to get aboard with public transit, like show why it's important and easy to take and not drive instead, like promoting public transit and the environment, I feel like would be the big thing for me.
Well, we have a summer ahead of us, so we're excited to see what transpires between Pari and the MBTA.
Awesome. Yeah, I really hope something can come to fruition as I have like endless ideas I could bring to the table.
I'm excited to hear all of them.
Thank you. I'm excited to share them.
Pari, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us today. I know you're so busy, but we really appreciate your coming on and spilling the tea.
Thank you for inviting me. And for our sign off, I have to end with my famous phrase, have a terrific day.
And that brings us to the close of a particularly uplifting episode of Spilling the Tea. Pari reminds us why public transit matters, not just as a way to get from point A to point B, but as something that brings joy, freedom, and connection to people's lives. Her love for the MBTA isn't just inspiring, it's a powerful reminder of the impact that we can have when we listen, include, and celebrate the voices of our riders. If you have feedback, ideas, or just want to say hello, email us at social@mbta.com. We'd love to hear from you. Until next time, thanks for listening. I'm Andrew Cassidy, and this has been Spilling the Tea.